what a game we have for you here. The first meeting of the year between two of the NFL's most hostile divisional rivals. This matchup always among the most anticipated games of the regular season. It's the Chiefs going up against the Broncos. So with kickoff approaching, let's send it over to our commentators here this afternoon, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the picturesque city of Denver, Colorado. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. And he is out of bounds here on the return. They come up in an offset eye. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that. Because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet, you still have to be physical. And that's what they did on the first play.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Pass incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. It's Freeman. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They're going to look to throw. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one. Right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Freeman again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Deep drop, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man, complete. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mike Evans, an 80-yard touchdown, and the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
So here we go now, an extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. All right, this is a guy that needs no introduction to the league. He has been around quite a while.
And it's good that they have him, because when he looks around his huddle, he may not have guys with the same experience he has. Maybe some of the youngsters, and his veteran leadership should help them along the way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. The first carry now. This is Hill. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for KC. 48 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. He'll look to throw. And he's got him over the middle, Fedorowicz. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Offside, defense. Still first down.
Let's go! What? 90! Let's go! What? 90! Check 93, somebody. 95!
They'll set up a throw. They find some open field here. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll come out in the pistol. On second down, Freeman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Here we go!
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. Back to throw here. Austin's got it left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. A gain of 6 there on first. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Tyreek Hill on the return. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Fletcher Cox in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They've got his man complete. He's at the 30. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 62 yards.
Let's go.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Muscles him off. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back.
It's caught inside the 25. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the right, now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. So okay, so Larry apparently giving us the silent treatment all of a sudden, and we're going to skip ahead to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One receiver to the left is Evans. They're set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And Zerline's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
Fielded about a yard deep. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And now the rookie's free. The 30, past the 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back.
Receiving team.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He goes underneath to Freeman. Oh, what a juke into space. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
They come out here in the eye. He'll look to throw. This is intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Uses the stiff arm. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Jeremy Hill there was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. One receiver to the left is Evans. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. but able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football. That's why he's able to bat it away.
Looking to throw. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll drop the throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. And I think he's a guy, if they had let him walk, no one was going to be shouting from the top of a mountain. But he's a good guy. He's a good locker room guy, too.
Good locker room and a good player. I mean, he's a valuable starter for them. And if you just want to start over and maybe bring in someone new, the learning curve might be a little bit big. So it's a good job by getting him taken care of. And now they can move forward.
Back to throw here. That is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. One receiver to the left is Evans. They'll look to throw here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last time when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. Maybe have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
What we're seeing from the defense here is a group of guys bearing down, trying to help out their quarterback after he threw an interception. Good stops on the first 2 downs. It brings up a key 3rd down.
the gun. They'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Being chased out left. It's Hill, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Jeremy Hill was the one he was trying to hit there, and it's second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity that just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 8 yards to go here on second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just...
And all the way way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chiefs are a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And that's caught inside the 30.
Offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. Everyone's got 4 down. Let's go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
That's good now. Look at 56. Look at 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. Benjamin with it over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This will be taken at the 10. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Broncos defense getting ready to go. And they forced 4 turnovers now in that last possession, most recently the interception.
I'd love to be in charge of their highlight video at the end of the season, though, because this game...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And his throw here's incomplete. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away. They'll try and run. Freeman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Broncos, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll be off to Oakland next week.